means to be a son of God, not based on gender, but understand what a title. Because when I did the etymology of the word son, it came from a Middle English word son, which is 40 decibels above the normal threshold of hearing. I think there'll be those who will hear this particular truth, and there'll be a gathering of the son. And I think that collective conscience of the sons will then usher in what they call a morphic field. There's a lot of science to it, but I think as we're getting the information, we'll start brainstorming like we're doing now and aligning ourselves so that we can then, once again, usher in what's called a hive consciousness. And as we put our brains together, I think then that will be one of the first steps of us understanding who we are and start getting revelation. Each one of us will have that capacity to then be a vessel to receive revelation to bring to the group. Then that's how we declare that we're sons of God, hearing what others don't hear. The same way you got sons of God, you've got sons of perdition, which is hearing on a lower frequency. So I think that's the phase that we're in now, the gathering of the sons of God. And once again, sons is not based on gender, it's based on a title of those ones who are able to hear light and hear at the higher frequencies of light.
I like the way that sounds because it ties in with us with the transformation and regeneration of us as a people.
Oh yeah. I think each one of us will be a vessel. Because if you look at how antenna works, an antenna has to, based on the frequency of the antenna, if you're on channel 4 and then God is on channel 16, then we got to make sure that there is a resonant frequency that we can get on channel 16. Everybody else just
move that antenna. You gotta move that antenna.
Yeah, if you just think about, just say when a tsunami is coming, you see a lot of the animals moving. And people, what the hell are these animals moving for? Because they're hearing something that others don't hear.
Even the birds.
Exactly.
Even the birds.
And I think that's where we're going to get an attunement to higher vibrations. And then, because just this morning, man, I picked up on some stuff. Oh, it's going to be beneficial for the group. I'll say that.
Okay.
Amen. That's a good thing. Anything that can help all of us. All of us. Not just every single one of us and every single one of our families. Every single one of the individuals that we love. Not just us. Not just the people here. Everyone that wants to know.
And I think that's going to be the challenge. It may be certain ones that we love and they're just not trying to hear it. And that's when they came to Jesus one day. And they came to Jesus one day and they were telling Jesus, your mother and your brother, they outside. He had to kind of be disconnected from them to a degree. He said, my mother and brother are these right here in this house with me. He understood that he was vibrating with them, even though that was his biological mother, biological brother. If they wasn't on that particular frequency, he understood that they were biologically connected, but not spiritually connected.
Hello.
And sometimes you gotta leave certain people behind, even though and that's because we all have free will. Yeah, we all have free will. So the only thing we can do is present the truth, and some people just ain't hearing it. Some of our children not gonna hear it. No, you go on with that if you want to, Daddy. I'm enjoying my life like it is.
Listen, Daryl, just like that Pharaoh youngster that ain't listening. Too much power and too many people. Yes. Ain't nobody disciplining them. He just growing up doing what he want to do.
Yeah, you imagine trying to take your message to a person that's got yachts and boats and things. They ain't trying to hear this.
Pharaoh thought his gods were above Yah.
Oh yeah.
Yes, he did.
A hard head make a soft what?
We know a derriere.
Okay.
We know derriere.
So now we coming up again on these locusts and on these plagues, and I'm just sitting here and I pray for everyone that God, has chosen or who's in the book of life, even those who aren't. I pray that they turn to him. You know what I mean? Because he has turned his face on us for a time because we were disobedient. You know what I mean? So I pray for those who don't know the way, who don't know the truth, you know, and it's like it's mind boggling because I got family, you know, that I'm struggling with. I told you earlier, you know what I mean? And some of them want to hear it, some of them just don't want to hear it. But I just keep on with it because that's all that's on my heart. You know what I mean? And I'm hoping that if they hear enough of it, that they'll, you know, come with me on this journey. You know what I mean? But you can't bring people with you on the journey. You
Yeah,
know what
they
I
have
mean?
their
That God's
own.
calling you on.
Let me interject in this, and I hear Duro. I hear that you. I see that you about to come on in because I seen your thing moving.
Now,
Let me just say,
but the only thing I was going to say, he has a very magnetic voice. He has
yeah.
a very captivating voice.
What I was gonna say is that you're right. We're gonna have people that don't agree. We're gonna have people that it takes. Let me tell you something that takes longer than others. Okay, so just because they're not coming along with you right now, this second, don't
Yes,
mean to
yes.
count them out. Okay,
Hmm.
Right.
because everybody gonna do it would move at their own time when they feel comfortable and when they let their guards down. Some people take longer than others, and some people don't do it at all. We have to accept that. So what
Yeah.
we do is worry about why we are here. Okay, I don't know why
Right.
you here, but I'm here to help and to be a servant
Right.
of and do what I need to do for my people and my communities.
Right.
And I do that in real life,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's what certain people are put there for, okay? So just because the youngster don't want to come right now, don't mean he won't come. Let me tell you, this is a real true testimony.
Mm-hmm.
I have 5 children. I have a 22-year-old son. I live in an inner city in Sacramento, California, where the gang activity is at a high rate.
Mm-hmm.
I belonged to a church before I left the church. I left the church because my pastor couldn't tell me the truth under his 501c.
Mm-hmm.
So before that happened, I had got baptized. I had the elder from my mother's side, the elder from my father's side lead me to the water. I had accepted that Yah was my Lord and Savior, Romans 10, 9 and 10,
Okay.
right? And I went and I did it, and I never asked my kids. We just went to church. Never talked to them. Pastor talked to them, but I didn't. Just went to go to the shopping center and went to go eat. The thing that I was taught when I was little. Hey, you go to church, you go to the shopping center, and then you go eat.
Okay.
So I looked. I had left out. It was maybe about 3 Sundays. The next month, because the baptisms happen at the beginning of the month. So the next month, boy going to church and everything. He's sitting in the back, always mean mugging, don't want to talk to nobody. Always, being a teenager or whatnot. Not really outgoing. Son ain't really never been outgoing. He don't like people, right?
Oh.
So he's sitting in the back of the church. Now, mind you, he about 16, 17. I ain't making him come nowhere, right? I went to the bathroom and I heard the whole church in an uproar. Jesus, they yelling, they hollering, the tamarines going off. It's going crazy. I walked into the church. The boy was at the altar. The boy said, I'm tired. The boy said, I'm leaving everything right here. He was crying. Everybody was fanning him. The church was going crazy. The kids were standing up. Then it was time for him to get baptized that next week. He got to go to the classes and all that. 2 weeks of classes. I think it was 2 weeks. So then now it's time to get baptized. I got the pictures. I'll put them up right now. The boy throwing up the peace finger. About to go under the water. My auntie said, what are you throwing up? Is that a gang sign? And you know what Pastor said? If he throw it up now, he ain't throwing it up after this. And he said what he said, some words, and boom, up under the water, right? My son is in college right now to be a veterinarian. My son left this neighborhood. My son lives in Santa Rosa, California, in college to be a veterinarian right now today. So that's a real true testimony. And he's a youngster, 22 years old. Okay. So that's something to tell you that you can't say when they ready. They say when they ready.
Yes, I understand. Look, my testimony is this. I used to be on drugs and alcohol from a very young age, and I started heavily when I was in my mid-20s.
Okay.
And I went through the programs and stuff like that. Right. Got well. I got myself situated a few times now.
Got you because you went to the fake doctor. You was dependent on them fake doctors. See, the real doctor. Yeah, you was dependent on them fake doctors. Yeah, you was dependent on the people with the papers.
Right.
Go ahead.
So I've always been a man of God. I've gotten baptized as well. I turned my face away from God, and my life started going downhill. I started drinking and drugging heavily and stuff. And it wasn't until 3 years ago when I believe it was God telling me inside, you know what I mean? It hit me so hard. Told me to go in this program and get myself right. And that was 3 years ago. Since then, I haven't drank, drugged, smoked cigarettes. All I've been doing is studying scriptures. I've been going to Hebrew Israelite services. I've been doing some self-help groups online, live. I take notes. I feel like I'm at a point where I've healed. You know what I mean? And like I said earlier, every day I'm fulfilled, because the first thing on my mind is Yah, and whatever He wants me to do. I ask Him, I ask Him for guidance, and whatever I do, I want it to be holy and I want it to be righteously. So any decision that I make, anything that I do, I think about the commandments first. You know what I mean? And I think about what's good, but I'm also about, so I'm trying to empower my people. You know what I'm saying? The ones that are close to me, because it starts at home. We have to start at home. You know what I mean? Because our families are so broken up. We got so many children being born out of wedlock. Nobody's getting married. I mean, it's crazy, and if we can start at home and start with, in the community, and branch out, because we have to start where the root problem is, you know what I mean? And that's us. We, and it's not our fault completely. It was done to us, but we have to take accountability now. You see?
We were lied to. I was lied to.
Yeah, we were lied to.
When people, this is what I feel. I want to first, before I go any further, I want to say congratulations on your 3 years of sobriety. You know,
Appreciate
that's a
that.
real
Appreciate
good
that.
thing. You know,
Yes,
continue
yes.
with that voyage. You know, every day that you can get up to do something with yourself that's empowering yourself and
Yep.
making you feel good about the person that you became and feel good about the handsome king you've become. Keep doing it. You
That's
know what I'm
right.
saying? Just
That's
keep
right.
doing
That's
it.
right.
We always want to empower each other and give each other fuel to the good things in their life. You know,
Mhm.
homage to the good things in their life. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So congratulations on that and
Thank you. I
continue with the
appreciate that.
process and the good work.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
the next thing that I wanted to say is in regards to journeys. Okay. People that are not new to the panel know my famous saying. See, y'all's not gonna put my mail in your mailbox.
Mm.
Your specific way to get to him is gonna be your specific way solely. He does not share that with anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
It is yours specifically. Now, you also know that everything is written. So maybe you needed to go through that. Because believe me, everybody on this panel has a testimony.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that has a walk of life has a testimony. Everybody. So just know everybody has a story. And what the bottom line is, whatever story we got, wherever we came from, however we came, we are here, baby. And he
Mm-hmm.
put it all together. He called his people just as he said. It doesn't matter what background you have. It doesn't matter what scientific knowledge that you have. You may be, you may be Einstein. Who knows?
Mm.
You may be a person really on your phone sitting in a tent waiting for a break. The
So
bottom line is we have all been called. It doesn't matter what group that is here in the den. It doesn't matter what chat. The bottom line is just it. He has called us, his people, under this one umbrella.
mm.
Now think about that. When you're in the chat, when you're everywhere in all these different leagues, rooms, and communities,
Mm-hmm.
right? The
Mm-hmm.
bottom line is this is the bare bottom line. He has done this through whatever way he done it. And if it came through alcoholism, so be it. If it came through drug using, so be it. If it came through prostitution or drug doing, drug using, guns, killing, whatever it is, you hear he called on his people.
That's what's up.
Period. It's a pound period after that. Message.
Okay. I was just kind of co-sign on something you said earlier on how we all come at an appointed time. Because that's
Yeah.
one of the things they tell us about Jesus is that truth and grace comes by Jesus Christ. It lets us know he's going to bring the truth, but then there's a grace period for us to come into an alignment with that truth. And what we hope is that we don't get too out there before we can hear the message and begin that transformation of our life.
Right.
Cause,
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
and that's one of the things, there's a term called induction. And I used this example before. It's not as if the source is not always talking, but if you're too far away, it's like having a heater in your house. And that heater's generating heat. But if you're 2 blocks away, you'll start thinking the heater's not working. No, we just got so much distance between us and the source. And that's what sin does. Sin separates us from God. Every time we sin, we go further and further away from the source. And before you know it, I won't say before you know it, that magnetic pull that the source had, it is weaker and weaker. There's something called the inverse square. That
You speaking
according to
straight
the
facts.
according to the distance that you are, the energy gets weaker and weaker. And so that's when we got to start. Anytime we find ourselves in a situation, like the brother said, once he found himself in drug and alcohol, he started then walking back the other way. And when he started walking back the other way, then he finds the grace and love of God. Now having the power to change his life, because God gives us free will to walk in that other direction. And in that other direction is another force. And that force starts saying, I got this for you right here. It's a force of destruction, but still it's a force.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
But everybody has that. Everybody believe. Look, I got a story. Hey, Greg, everybody here got a story. It could be, like that or worse or better. We all got our different ways. We all came here. Where we are right now, where we're talking. We're talking from different places in the world.
Yes.
We're talking from different platforms. Some of these individuals have their own platforms. We're talking to different people all around the world. And that is what is written. The net. The gathering of the people. That's why you see all these different people. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. It don't matter if he talk like this, if he believe this or that. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. You know why? Because he's here. He's been called about either good or bad, but he said he gonna call and draw his people from all nations.
From the four corners of the world.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? So just understand when you see you're here, and you see all these chats, all these back chats, all these channels. When you go on TikTok, you go on all social media platforms. It's litty with truth. Don't need no like, don't need no follow, because that's what it's gonna be anyway. Because the lie is gonna be a lie, and the truth gonna be the truth. That's why it's good to bring receipts or just testimony, real testimony receipts. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, good thing. Good convo. Yeah, love it. Yeah, real good.
And I think that's going to be one of the challenges of today, because everything is trying to get your attention. And now it's a matter of having that spirit of discernment as to which voice
to give that attention to
is the real voice of God.
Right.
Because the enemy is going to come through. I mean, when the Bible says the enemy is coming in like a flood, it's a flood of information out here now. Anything you want to find, you can find it. So it's going to be all these different voices saying, I'm the truth, I'm the truth, I'm the truth. So if you don't have that spirit of discernment to start saying, okay, how then do I have, what barometer do I use to even measure truth by? Because we got to have some type of reference point on how we even measure truth. Because the enemy, when the Bible says Satan transformed himself into a angel or an angle of light, and that's the thing about the enemy. He's gonna be so. I'm asking you, have any of y'all ever gotten bit by a mosquito?
Yeah.
Why'd you let it bite you? No, I'm asking questions because I'm gonna tell you. You know why you let it bit you? Because it was so subtle until you didn't even know it was there. And that Bible says Satan was more subtle than any beast of the field. He comes in so subtly and you don't even know it. That's what subtle is. I mean, it's working and you don't know it until all of a sudden you feel yourself itching. You say, oh, hell. And you don't even see the mosquito. You just feel the bump. And that's the way Satan, he'll come in so subtle until you don't even know he's working his work. That's when you got to have rid of that anointing of God that he gives us so that we can see beyond the veneer of even words, to start seeing the heart and core of the thing.
Yes, sir.
Because Satan will come in and he'll sweep all of us out of here. And he said, how the hell you get me? He said, and the Bible said he's going to get all except the elect of God, because he is, don't think that he doesn't know how to use truth. He'll use 15 truths and one smooth lie. He ain't going to just come in totally lying. He going to first of all study you, find out how you move, how you act, and how to come at you. I heard somebody was talking about a gazelle. If you ever watch the lions when they looking at gazelles, and all of them are running, but he got his eye on that particular one because he sees something about that one.
Yeah.
And all the rest of them, he just got his eye on that one. And before you know it, it's going to be that weak one that gets got out of the herd. And so even when we gather ourselves as this force that we're trying to marshal ourselves into, Satan going to come at us. And like Jesus told Peter, You know, if we don't really have our prayer game up and our word to really the word that we need to fight this subtle entity, we can get swept away too. That's when you got to make sure that the word is so in you until that every time he come at you, you got to come at him with the word. Because if you look at Jesus, for example, when Jesus was in the wilderness, Jesus really didn't rely on his own word. Every time Satan came at him with something, he said, it is written. This is what the word says. Because the enemy is so smooth, he'll come at you the same way when he came at Adam. Had Adam just said, the word says this, Adam never would have fallen into that trap. It was a word game that Satan came at Adam with. Had Adam said, the word said this, which was God, God said, Adam didn't rely on the word. The word said, thou should not do this. Satan is so smooth saying, look, man, you want to be smart like God? Just do this right here. Adam said, man, I do want to get smart. He didn't already know he had the wisdom of God. Him and Eve, according to the story, I'm just saying the story. So he said, now you can be less like God if you just do this right here. If he would have said what thou hast said, if he had said what God said, he never would have got caught up in the story. And that's what made Jesus different. Every time Satan came at him, he said, the word said, the word said, the word said. Because if we lean on our own understanding, we'll get got by that subtlety of Satan.
Anything else y'all want to talk about?
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, that's true, brother.
Well, it's been a good first group. And if y'all, don't mind, y'all send me the next time y'all, on here again or whatever.
Will do. Thank everybody for coming. Thank everybody for participating. I thank the audience as well. I hope you got some good information in regards to locusts and, information and how to obtain information from your brothers and sisters without arguing, calling each other's names, disrespecting each other, attacking each other's information. This is how it's done. So we're gonna lead by example.
This is how we do it.
Right. Okay. Peace and blessings.
I thank the Lions Den panel, Karima, for all that you do, Tawana, all that you do, and I got it.
For sure. Shouts out to Karima for sure.
Oh yeah,
the lady, the lady here, she makes it happen. She makes it happen. Yeah,
she's
so
magical.
Always thanks to Rima, for sure.
And I appreciate the time I had to build with the people I built with this evening. I appreciate that.
Good. This is how it's done. This is gonna get better. This is how it's done. Good night, you guys.
All right. Peace.
Good night, everybody.
All right.
Good night, you guys. Be blessed. Peace.
Peace. Good night.
Get out of this.
I'll praise you, Most High. Yeah, that sound good, y'all. Hello. What we doing?
Hey, cook that up, Kali.
We still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Haunt this here, this how we live. Look here, homie, we still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Haunt this here, this how we live. Look here, homie, be still. They said you got the call, they trying to blackball you. Like what they own, bro. You can't blackball a boss. The whole world, they hate this right here. The way you hate your neighbor, might as well pull the trigger on yourself. We get excited by the smoke. Every day we casting flesh. Save my treasure stored in heaven, we gon' blow the rest. They disrespected and we check. The bank that causing kept it still. They asking others about my business, but I ain't got no instant miss. See, I still deal with ox direct. Cause your person don't mean you respect. Your outlet don't get no credit if the ox ain't in it. Money answer all things, and you got all these questions. Playing Vic. Look, I employ slavery. I'll if you broke your head. Yeah, them crews in the hood, Jews in the hood. I caught them clues, now I'm good. I broke it down, he understood my all to you. Filtered through, you found a few, I'm good. We what we sold, this here exclusive. They like, hey, folk, look what you doing. We still getting to the money, got these haters in they field. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit. My enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Just here, this how we live. Look here, homie, we still getting to the money, got these haters in they field. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit. My enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Just here, this how we live. Look here, homie, be still. Most I told me, be still. Give a room to work. Know my movie work. Your faith ain't good, don't put the work in. In the spirit flexing, that my day job. Getting the mode out my own, I don't know what they are. Before I got the blueprint, and I'm too legit to quit. Let it spark in the dark, be a light, got it lit. Trying to map my movement, got my haters pondering. The ops set the question there, they wanna know if you still lit. It hit different, you authentic, a lot of ops pretending. We do it for the Lord, got my own motion, who are you to judge? The most high first, none above. Tech in the spirit, we locked in, they'll come against your plot. You know Judas said, yeah, we spit them scripts, they barely mad. Came on slave ships, then you not black. You know they tell you everything. Isaiah 30:20, yeah, we bad. You see what happened when they tried to rail the train up off the track. False witness, hypocrite. We throw shots back, now they feel hit. Must go get it. We still getting to the money, got these haters in they field. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit. My enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Just here, this how we live. Look here, homie, we still getting to the money, got these haters in they field. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit. My enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Just here, this how we live. Look here, homie, be still.